So you've got a raccoon. Maybe it's been knocking over your trash cans. Maybe you caught it on your outdoor camera at 2 a.m. just sitting there. Maybe it looked you dead in the eyes from your back porch and didn't even flinch. And you're thinking, okay, it's just a raccoon, nuisance animal, trash panda, whatever. But here's the thing. That animal in your backyard, it has you completely figured out. It knows your schedule. It's mapped your yard. It has assessed your trash can situation and found it acceptable. And it is significantly smarter than you are giving it credit for. Today, we're going through 5 facts about raccoons. And by the end of this, I promise, you're going to look out your back window at that little masked gremlin and feel something you did not expect to feel. Probably respect. Maybe a little fear. Definitely a weird amount of admiration. Let's start here, because this one reframes everything else. Raccoons are genuinely, measurably intelligent animals, and not in the vague, "oh, all animals are smart" way. In the tested, documented, scientists were kind of stunned way. Researchers have been running cognitive tests on raccoons since the early 1900s, and they consistently punch way above what anyone expects. They outperform cats, they match dogs, and in certain problem-solving tasks, they hold their own against primates. There's a classic test called the Aesop's Fable task. The animal has to figure out that dropping objects into a tube of water raises the water level so they can reach floating food. Crows can do it. Great apes can do it. Raccoons also can do it, and they often figure it out fast. But here's what makes this personal to your situation. Raccoons have exceptional spatial memory. They remember where food sources are, how to access them, and, crucially, when you're home and when you're not. Studies on urban raccoons show they adapt their activity patterns based on human behavior in their specific area. Your raccoon isn't on a random patrol route. It has a schedule, and that schedule is built around you. So when it shows up at the same time every few nights, rifles through the same corner of your yard, and then disappears, that's not coincidence. That's a creature that has been quietly studying your patterns and optimizing accordingly. You thought you were watching the raccoon. The raccoon has been watching you longer. It reads your yard with its hands. Here's something you've probably noticed if you've watched a raccoon for more than 30 seconds. They touch everything. They pick things up, turn them over, feel along edges and surfaces. It looks almost restless, like nervous fidgeting. It's not. A raccoon's front paws contain roughly 4 to 5 times more sensory nerve endings than most other mammals, and a disproportionately large section of their brain, similar in ratio to how humans allocate brain power to our hands, is dedicated entirely to processing touch information from those paws. Researchers actually call this hyper-manual dexterity. Their hands are essentially a second set of eyes. When your raccoon is running its paws along the edge of your fence, or feeling around the base of your grill, or handling a piece of food like it's examining evidence, it's building a detailed tactile map of everything it touches. It is reading your yard. This also explains one of the most iconic raccoon behaviors, the thing people call washing food in water. For years, the assumption was that raccoons were cleaning what they eat. The real explanation is much cooler. Wetting their paws actually enhances the sensitivity of their nerve endings. They're not cleaning the food, they're examining it more closely. The water makes their hands work better. So that raccoon poking around every corner of your back porch, it knows the layout of your porch better than you do. It has felt every latch, every gap, every weak point. It's been doing structural reconnaissance on your property. Comforting, right? Your neighborhood is its ideal habitat. You might be wondering how the raccoon even ended up in your yard to begin with. Maybe you're near some woods, or a creek, or a park, and you figure it just wandered out of its natural habitat. Here's the thing. Your neighborhood is its natural habitat. Raccoons are one of the most successful examples of urban adaptation in the entire animal kingdom. And we're not just talking about tolerating city life. They genuinely thrive in it. Studies comparing raccoon populations in rural versus urban environments have found that urban raccoons often have higher survival rates and maintain larger home ranges. The city isn't a compromise for them, it's an upgrade. And they adapt behaviorally too. Urban raccoons have been shown to solve problems faster than rural raccoons. The complexity of city life, unpredictable food sources, human activity, constant novelty, seems to actively sharpen their problem-solving abilities. They get smarter specifically because of the challenge. Their diet is also so flexible it's almost unfair. Fruits, nuts, insects, small animals, fish, bird eggs, garbage, your grill drippings, whatever fell out of someone's takeout bag, all of it works. They don't need a specific ecosystem. They need opportunity. And your neighborhood, with its accessible trash cans and outdoor pet food and bird feeders and compost bins, is basically a 5-star resort for a raccoon. Researchers have also found that urban raccoons have shifted their behavior to become more nocturnal, specifically to avoid peak human activity, while still accessing all the food we leave behind. The raccoons looked at how we live, they identified the gaps, and they slotted themselves right in. You didn't get a raccoon because you live near nature. You got a raccoon because you live in exactly the kind of place raccoons have decided they prefer. There's probably a whole family behind it. You've got this one raccoon. Maybe it's become a regular. You've started to think of it as your raccoon a little bit. You've maybe even given it a name. Don't worry, no judgment, everyone does it. But here's something worth knowing. That one raccoon is almost certainly not operating alone. Raccoons have a reputation as solitary loners, and adult males are fairly independent. But female raccoons maintain long-term social bonds with their female relatives, mothers, sisters, daughters. They share territories, forage in loose coordination, and sometimes den together through winter. Researchers describe these as matrilineal social networks, family groups centered around related females, and the bond between a mother and her offspring is intense. Baby raccoons, called kits, stay with their mother for close to a full year. She teaches them everything: foraging routes, how to handle different foods, escape strategies, how to interact with the environment. The longer the kits stay with her, the better their survival odds. It's genuinely involved, attentive parenting. So if the raccoon visiting your yard is calm, methodical, and medium-sized, that's a strong profile for a female. And if she's foraging with a focused efficiency, checking the same spots, not wasting movement, she might be feeding kits that are stashed nearby. What you're watching night after night on your back porch might not be a lone scavenger. It might be a mom doing the grocery run, and once you see it that way, it's hard to unsee it. That's not a pest problem. That's a parent with a to-do list. Raccoons have been living alongside us for centuries. Okay, last one. And this one is the one that, for me, completely changed how I think about these animals. Raccoons and humans have been in each other's lives for a very, very long time. Indigenous peoples across North America had deep and lasting relationships with raccoons. They appear in folklore and oral tradition. Their fur was used for clothing and trade, and in some communities, raccoons were kept as semi-tame animals. They were woven into the fabric of daily life long before suburbs existed. When European settlers arrived, raccoon fur became a major economic driver, one of the most commercially significant animals in early North American trade. Raccoons funded expeditions. They were a staple of frontier life. There's a reason the coonskin cap became a cultural icon. But here's the deeper thing. Long before any of that, before the fur trade, before your subdivision was built, raccoons were already living alongside human settlements. They followed our agriculture. They raided our food stores. They adapted to our camps and our villages. The relationship between raccoons and humans doesn't start with your neighborhood. It goes back thousands of years. They didn't become urban animals recently. They have always been our animals, in the sense that they chose proximity to us very early and never stopped choosing it. And maybe that's why, when you look at a raccoon, There's something almost familiar in its face. They make eye contact. Their expressions are readable. They respond to your presence in a way that feels almost conversational. They assess you. They make a decision. They act on it. They are not afraid of you. They're not exactly wild to you either. They exist in this strange in-between space, right on the edge of human life, that they have occupied for centuries. That raccoon in your backyard isn't lost. It isn't confused. It's exactly where it's chosen to be, right next to you. So, 5 facts. And now, you can never look at your backyard raccoon the same way again. You're welcome, and I'm sorry. Quick practical note before you go. If you want to discourage raccoons, secure your trash cans with bungee cords or a locking lid. Bring in pet food at night, and don't leave anything out that smells like food. They're wild animals, and they can carry rabies and other diseases, so no feeding them, and definitely no trying to pet them. Appreciate them from a distance. But also, next time you see it out there, take a second. Watch how it moves. Watch how it handles things with those paws. Watch how it checks the perimeter before it commits to anything. That animal has been coexisting with humans for longer than most civilizations have existed. It is genuinely remarkable. It just also happens to want your garbage. Drop your raccoon story in the comments. I know you have one. And if you're new here, subscribe, because we do this kind of thing a lot. We love to hang out with you in your wild backyard.